It is now 10:17 on this terrific Tuesday evening, and here's a quick forecast before you watch our great sports update and before you go to bed. Looking at 84 degrees right now in downtown Temple, and we're pretty much looking at mid-80s across much of the region. And the reason we're still mostly dry is because we have this huge area of high pressure acting like a big giant force field over portions of the Chattahoochee River Valley, over portions of Alabama and Georgia, and that's circling in a south-southeasterly breeze coming in off of that Gulf of Mexico, which is adding to that humidity, which is why it's feeling really sticky even at around this time of night. You saw that feels like temperature is at around 88, so a little bit milder than our actual air temperature, and that's because of that added humidity. Looking at mid to upper 70s for lows tonight, we're going to have some clouds build in because with that added humidity, we are going to see a little bit of cloud cover. That's pretty much typical for your summertime pattern throughout much of Central Texas, but as you head through your hump day, we're going to be looking at mid to upper 90s because that sun is going to come out, because those clouds are going to mix out. They always do this during the summer. They start off mostly cloudy, but then those clouds break apart and we see a nice bright sunny afternoon with highs getting close to that triple digit as well. And we have yet to hit that mark anywhere in Central Texas as we headed throughout the course of this summer. Averaging 24 days, the max that we've had is 90 back in 2011. And we are still scoreless for 2021. Hopefully, at least in my opinion, that changes. Feels like temperatures, though, by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon, could be the highest in our eastern zones as opposed to our western zones. You saw our western zones temperature-wise look the coolest according to our models, or the warmest rather according to our models, and that's because of that drier air allowing the air to heat up a little more. Not so much in that warm, moist air, but it's going to feel the hottest in our eastern zones, even though it is actually going to be the coolest. Now, as a result of that, I'm going to give that a 9 on that Jordan meter, so pretty much an awesome day to go out. It's still going to feel a little bit stickier because the winds are going to start to slow down than where we have been so far this week. Now it's time to take a look at the tropics, and breaking news, of course, Tropical Storm Fred just formed to the south of Puerto Rico, could affect the Florida Gulf Coast as well as the Tampa Bay area by the time we get to this weekend, but not us here in Central Texas. Moving at a good clip at around west at 17 miles an hour, but that's going to continue as we head throughout the course of the weekend. And there you see it, Fred has just been cropped off our name. Next name is Grace, and not going to affect us here in Central Texas in the near or long term, but we do have a trough coming in that could result in a few thunderstorms by the time we get to Saturday, and another good chance for that 100-degree mark either tomorrow or maybe even Friday or Saturday before the front comes in with those thunderstorms. Curtis Quillen has the latest on your sports coming up right after this break.